Welcome. In this demonstration, we'll walk through a typical job in today's commercial print shop. Many jobs involve mixed production, such as a saddle-stitched book with a cover printed offset, a 4-color text component printed digitally, and a black and white digital insert that's personalized with variable data. Xitron's K2 workflow can seamlessly handle all these different components. Jobs often come in as separate PDFs, and sometimes there are several PDFs for each component. K2's job submission module allows us to manage and track everything in one place. Let's start by reviewing the files from our customer. We have 3 PDFs, one for the cover, one for the interior pages, and one for the black and white insert. In K2, we have all our workflow standards set up, including digital and offset presses. We'll now create a new project for this job. First, we'll access the Job Submission module. After clicking the Tool button in the top bar, we'll create a new project, entering the project name, customer, and due date. Then, we'll upload the customer's PDFs by dragging and dropping them into the project. Once the files are uploaded, K2 inspects them automatically, displaying the trim box size and page count for each PDF. For example, the interior is 32 pages, the book's final size is 6 by 8 inches, and both the insert and the cover are also 6 by 8. The open cover is 12 by 8, with a front and back. Now we'll start creating our components. We'll begin with the cover. After naming the component, we'll drag the cover PDF into the component run list. Then we'll select the Rapida 106 press for the cover and set the imposition as Work and Turn 8 up. After clicking the Release button, K2 will send the cover component to the production workflow, preflight the file, impose it, and pause for inspection. Next, we'll add the 4-color text component, which will be printed digitally on the RotaJet. We start by dragging in the 32-page PDF. We'll assign a 16-page saddle stitch imposition for the 32-page file. We then hit the Release button to send it off. Finally, we'll create the black and white insert. You can even drag individual pages from different PDFs to build a run list. This insert will be printed on the sheet-fed digital press using the 4-page imposition. We now have a cover component, a text component, and a black and white insert, all contained within project number 73. We are now ready for production. In the K2 production client, we can easily track the status of each component. We'll search for project number 73 and see all 3 components, each assigned to a specific output device. Let's start by inspecting the cover. The cover has passed preflight, ink remapping, and trapping, and is now imposed and paused for inspection. We can take a look at the preflight report by double-clicking on it. Good, there are no warnings. Now let's look at the imposition before we release it to the RIP for output. Sometimes last-minute changes are needed in production. Let's say we have a situation where the original sheet size planned is not available for the scheduled press time. Instead, a smaller sheet size that is available will be used. We will also change the marks to a different standard for this job. Simply click Edit Imposition and enter the new settings just for this particular job. In our case, we're going to select a new mark set along with the new sheet size for the press run. K2 will reimpose the job automatically and pause for inspection. Once satisfied, we can release the job to the CTP for output. Next, we'll inspect the 32-page 4-color text component. Looks good. Since it's already pre-flighted and imposed as 16-page sections, we can release it to the digital front end for the rotorjet. For the black and white insert, we don't need to inspect it again. Since we know the imposition is correct, we can release it directly. At any time, we can return to the job submission module to inspect or adjust the project. For example, if the cover can't print on the 106 press due to a scheduling conflict and needs to be redirected to the raw PETA 76 instead, we can easily modify the component and redirect the cover to the 76 press using a 4-up work and turn imposition preset. Once we hit the release button, the cover then shifts over to the raw PETA 76 for processing. With K2, you gain complete control over your mixed production jobs, managing multiple components in one workflow. It is precisely the flexibility and efficiency your print shop needs to stay ahead.